What's up guys, El Koopy here, and today I'm going to be discussing one of my last mock drafts, the 2021 NFL Draft. Since I've been doing some before, I've never posted one to YouTube, and I was like, you know what, why not? I will be using NFL Mock Draft Database as the simulator for this. I'll leave that in the description, and I'm also using Our Lads, that just to see all the depth chart. Will also be in the description. I will have timestamps down below for every single pick, just so you guys, if you want to see when your team goes or who they get, you can just go straight away and see that. Yeah, if you want to support me, subscribe, see some more stuff in the future, please go do that. And likes always help, they're completely free. If you don't want to do it, whatever. Also leave comments in the description for what you would have done differently. So this draft this year, it really starts at pick number 2, because number 1, 100% Trevor Lawrence. They've basically already given them their playbook to him already. So it's really just a no-brainer, like 99.999% chance that they go with Trevor Lawrence. Number 2 with the New York Jets, I think it's not 100%. I definitely think they're gonna go Zach Wilson. I'm gonna take him, but I would not be super surprised if they took a guy like Justin Fields. If they took Lance, I would be a little skeptical, and if they took Jones, I was like, no, I don't think so. But I definitely think they're going the quarterback route right here. Same as the 49ers. I think there was some stuff, they might go Mac Jones or something, like they were into him. No way, he's just not on the caliber of any of those other guys, even then. This is Future El Koopy here, interrupting your broadcast for some breaking news. Right now I'm editing this video, and halfway through it took a little break, looked at Instagram and stuff, and I see this. 49ers should focus to Alabama QB Mac Jones and DSU QB Trey Lance with number 2 pick. Are you kidding? Does this guarantee that the Patriots are getting Justin Fields? NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported Sunday that the belief is San Francisco has appeared to narrow its focus on selecting either Alabama QB Mac Jones or North Dakota State QB Trey Lance, according to several sources. Sunday's update seemingly eliminates the possibility of the Niners drafting highly touted prospect Justin Fields, whom several analysts listed as the 3rd best QB prospect in this year's draft. Okay, so the Patriots can't be bad for more than one season. Bad for one season, they're like, you know what, let's just give them one of the best college QBs in a pretty, I wouldn't even say a pretty long time. Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson are better. Justin Fields is pretty freaking good. I don't think he'll start right away. I think they'll have to keep Cam Newton starting. He'll have to learn a little bit, but with a good offense, this guy's gonna be nuts, and the Patriots are gonna be good again. This is so frustrating. Yeah, and if this is true, that it's basically a fact that the Patriots are getting Justin Fields. Several teams have been making calls about getting into the top 10 of next week's NFL draft, including the Patriots, who could have their eyes on Ohio State QB Justin Fields if he begins to slide. Yep, it's official. Patriots are going to get Justin Fields. Come on. They can't be bad for more than one dang season. Dang, man. Come on. Okay, carry on with the scheduled events. I think this top 3 is really the top 3 guys. I think it's definitely Trevor Lawrence on top, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields maybe in their tier, and then Trey Lance, and then Mac Jones. But yeah, I'm gonna just go and get them Justin Fields. We are now up to the Falcons pick, and I think there's really only 2 possible things. I think if they stay at 4, almost a no-brainer they get Pitts, but it is very likely they will trade down to someone, maybe the Broncos could trade up. The Pats could also definitely trade up. Maybe even the Washington or the Bears, but I don't find it very likely. So for sake of this, I'm just going to have them taking Kyle Pitts. With the 5th overall pick to the Bengals, I think the only 2 possibilities are really Penei Sewell or Jamar Chase, and they can't go wrong with either one. I think Penei Sewell might be the best for their team, but just because of the fact that Joe Burrow was hyping him up so much, thinking he was a great player, talking about, they may be in a position to draft them, and I think if they want to satisfy Joe Burrow the most, they get him. I think this will benefit the team the most if they really don't take Joe Burrow's opinion into account, but for the sake of, I think they want to satisfy Joe Burrow, they take Jamar Chase. So now we're up to the Dolphins, and I think this pick is actually not one of the more clear ones. I think they could go Waddle or Smith, but I'm going to have them take Jalen Waddle to help out Tua Tagovailoa, because they have Devontae Parker and Gesicki. They're really good possession guys, but I think Jalen Waddle will just such a burner. Like, he's similar to someone, obviously this is such a bad comparison, but he's similar to Tyreek Hill type guy. Obviously he's not that caliber, I mean, we don't know, but they really don't have a burner, and I think he's a fantastic pick. Second best receiver in the draft over Devontae Smith. So we're sitting at that number 7 pick, and you see someone like Trey Lance on the board, who I think is fantastic. I think he might even go, might likely go in the top 5 if someone trades this 4 pick. But you're sitting here at 7, and I think a team like the Patriots, who, you know, they have Cam Newton, they're not really sure what they have of him. I think he did not have a great season at all last year, but he didn't have too much of a supporting cast. And so I think they were going to want someone for the future, but Lance is not a guy that's going to be able to come in and start this year. He's going to need some experience, I think. So sitting back behind a guy like Cam Newton wouldn't be terrible. And, you know, giving him some time to just get used to the offense and train wouldn't be a bad idea. Not having any D1 college experience, so I think it's a big jump from D2 to NFL. So pick number 8, Carolina Panthers. I think this is a no-brainer. They're needing a tackle. If this talented man, I think one of the most talented linemen I've seen in a long time in the draft, falls to them, it's a no-brainer. They're picking so well. So we're sitting here, pick number 9. I think if the Broncos stay at 9 and these 4 QBs in Lance, Fields, Wilson, Lawrence are off the field, I think they'll be very willing to trade back, because I don't see Mac Jones getting drafted in the top 10. I think he can, and I wouldn't be totally surprised, but I don't see it. So I think the next guy for them is Mac Jones. And a team I do see here that was very rumored into trading into the top 10 was the Eagles, because they were really surprised. Like, the only reason they traded back to 6 was just the amount of value the Dolphins really gave them. And so I think it is very possible that they will trade back into the top 10, especially since they got Cowboys here, Giants here. They're going to want to jump them over to get my guy, which I would be 100% happy if the Eagles got him, Patrick Surtain, because you know now that they've pissed off the Cowboys if they get Surtain, because they need to go corner, because their defense was just one of the worst I've ever seen last year. And so with that being said, they're just going to go straight ahead, get JC Horn, next best guy. JC Horn, also a fantastic talent. I won't be surprised if the Eagles sit here and get JC Horn, and then they ended up with Surtain. So now we're at pick 11 with the New York Giants. I think their biggest needs O-line. I just don't see them going first round O-line, because they already got O-line number 4 pick last year with Andrew Thomas. So I think their biggest need will probably be linebacker. I think some people would have taken Devontae Smith at receiver, but I just don't think that's their biggest need. They just signed Kenny Galladay. They already had a pretty okay receiver core now with Kenny Galladay, and I think the best pick is just Micah Parsons, who there were some work ethic issues that were going around, but I think he's the most talented linebacker in the draft and really a great guy coming out of Penn State. Now we're sitting at number 12, and I think this is a very Broncos pick, and they'll really like this guy, unless maybe they trade up to like really high to get a guy like Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I think the pick here is going to be Mac Jones. They need a guy. I don't know if they trust Drew Lock so much, but they need a QB now, because I think their team is really a team that can win now, but they just need a guy who can stand back there and be a QB that leads a winning team. And we definitely saw that with Mac Jones last year in college. He may not be one of the most talented, but with the surrounding team like this, I think he can be pro ready and ready to win. Now we're sitting at 13. I think there's only one choice for Sean Slater. You need to protect Justin Herbert, and I think they could go Devontae Smith, although have Keenan Allen and other receivers. You need to protect Justin Herbert. You cannot mess this up. I think he's a fantastic talent, and you cannot mess up by not protecting him. So pick number 14 here, the Minnesota Vikings. I believe their biggest need is going to be O-line, and there have already been talks of them being interested in Darisaw, and I think that's just the best pick here, no doubt. So now we're at pick 15, and I think if this is how the draft board ended up, I think the Lions are so happy with this. They end up with their smaller receiver that they didn't end up with Jalen Waddle. They couldn't snag him, but if they go to 15 and they can get Devontae Smith, I think they're super happy. Pick 16, Arizona Cardinals. I think this one's a no-brainer. They just lost Patrick Peterson. They're going to need to fill that void. And I think Caleb Farley, obviously, we can't expect him to be just as good as Patrick Peterson, but I think he can fill that void pretty well. My number 3 corner in the draft. So pick 17, I think the Raiders definitely need to go O-line. They've lost a lot of their O-linemen, and I think a lot of guys, because Gruden's got that, like grinder mentality. I think a guy like Tevin Jenkins, who's really like a tough guy, hard grinder.
What did he say?
A guy that they will love to have here. Pick number 18, the Miami Dolphins are back on the clock, and I think they need to do as much as they can to help out Tua, because last year it wasn't a great year. Obviously, you can't judge a QB skill based off 1 year, but I think they want to put him in the best position to succeed. And if he really fails again, whatever, you have this great team to set up for the next QB to come in. But I think they got to get a guy like Elijah Vera-Tucker, make sure that Tua can stay protected. Pick number 19, we got Washington. All right. So I think the best pick for them is linebacker, which is probably going to be JOK. Yeah. Because they've surprisingly been building this defense to be such a great defense. And I think linebacker is one of their last holes on that defense. And I think if they have this dominant defense and keep building it, they can win a lot of games, especially if, Ryan Fitzpatrick does some Fitzmagic things with his new receivers. And I think they can be a great team with this. So pick number 20, we got the Bears. And I don't think they need to touch defense at all, so we kind of just scroll past here. Receiver, definitely an option if they went Bateman. Not a bad choice. But I think the pick here is definitely Cosme. They need to tackle, and honestly, Cosme might be better than Tevin Jenkins. So if the Raiders take Tevin Jenkins, who I think is a better fit for the Raiders, if they get Cosme, I think they're really happy with that. So pick 21, we got the Colts, who recently acquired, well, I guess at this point not recently, they acquired Carson Wentz, and if I know anything from experience, Carson Wentz needs his offense to be on a silver platter after that 2017 season, which I'm really surprised about. So they definitely don't need O-line. I think they're gonna go somewhere on offense. They could go tackle, but I think the pick here is Rashad Bateman, who just supplies them more help at receiver, because T.Y. Hilton's aging. I really don't think they have as much of a great receiver core as they did with T.Y. Hilton, so Bateman's definitely the pick to help out Wentz. So pick 22, Tennessee Titans. I think their biggest need, definitely corner or receiver. They go with a guy like Greg Newsom. That's definitely a good pick, but I think Tony is probably the best pick, because they had an electrifying offense last year with Derrick Henry carrying them, and if they get a pass game too, and that opens up the run more for Derrick Henry, there's no stopping this offense. So pick 23, we got the New York Jets, and I think their next biggest needs will probably be running back, but I think there's a lot of good running backs later in the draft, and they don't need to use one, and they could probably get one here, 34. So I'm gonna have them getting Greg Newsom. I think he's a pretty good value for this point in the draft. Maybe he's a second round guy, but I think it's okay to get him here. Pick number 24, we got the Steelers. Their biggest need is probably running back and corner, but they could go Stokes. I don't know, he might be a little too rich. They got some pretty solid corners later, but I think the pick is definitely, ooh, who do I like more? I'm gonna go ETN. So pick 25, Jacksonville Jaguars. I think their biggest need is OT. Ooh, these guys, I think some of these could go in first round. Not like a definite if you see someone else you like. Receiver, who, same situation, they could go first round. I don't know if it's anyone you absolutely like. And safety. But I do like Trayvon Moehrig here at 25. Yeah, I think they'll go with him. He's a guy, definitely first round talent. So pick 26 with the Cleveland Browns. Ooh, Barmore is still there, and they definitely need a D-line. Yeah, I'm going to take Barmore. I think Barmore can definitely go a lot higher. He's got a pretty high ceiling. I think it's a really good pick for the Browns. Okay, so if you're the Ravens at pick 27, you get Jalen Phillips to fall for you. I think you're pretty happy, because this guy, while Kwity Paye could be higher, even I've seen Gregory Rousseau could be higher, they're more raw. Like, I think the Ravens want to win now, and I don't think they have time to, train these guys. They need an edge now, and Jalen Phillips can be that guy. Alright, so pick 28. They definitely need an edge. I don't know if I love them taking an edge here, but just the fact there's a guy like Kwity Paye is here who can learn from a guy like Cameron Jordan, I think will definitely benefit from that. So pick number 29, we got the Green Bay Packers, it's a no-brainer. We're drafting Kyle Trask.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm just kidding, because they definitely need to make up for that Jordan Love pick by picking a receiver to help out Aaron Rodgers, and I think Rondale Moore, who would be so exciting in that Green Bay Packers offense. He's such an electric player. I absolutely love him. So pick 30, we got the Bills, who we definitely use a corner and an edge. If I'm looking at it, I think Azeez Ojulari is definitely the most talented guy out of those groups. So that's probably the most ideal pick for them there. Pick 31, Baltimore Ravens. They were unsuccessful in, transferring Orlando Brown to the inside. That's the reason he wanted to go. But I think they definitely can get a guy here in Landon Dickerson who can help out that inside. So pick 32, the Buccaneers. Do they really have any holes? I think the best place to go here is just edge in Gregory Rousseau. I think this is the best position possible for him because two guys in Ndamukong Suh and Golston, a guy like him would flourish under here where he doesn't have the pressure of starting, goes on a successful team with a fantastic coach. I think this would be a really good fit for both sides. So after that run on edges to end the first round, we are now up to round 2. Starting off, the Jacksonville Jaguars will select Elijah Moore. I think they definitely have some good receivers in Chark, Marvin Jones, and Eifert, but Elijah Moore is just like that insanely athletic killer with the speed that will complete out their receiver core to help out Trevor Lawrence. Pick 34, the New York Jets. They've already assessed the QB and corner situation, so I think the pick here is definitely Najee Harris. Get that running back they need. Pick number 35, the Atlanta Falcons. I think they could either go corner or edge, like a guy Joseph Asai. That wouldn't be terrible, but they definitely need to assess that corner situation. And if I'm choosing between these two, I think I definitely like Stokes better. So with the Dolphins at 36, I'm taking a look, and I feel like their biggest needs right now, they could go edge with a guy like Ower Asai. Zaven Collins is a really nice pick here. Looking at running backs, Javonte Williams, they might be able to snag him with their 50th pick still. I don't think there's any chance Zaven Collins will stick, so we're going to go with Zaven Collins. Now we're back at 37 with my Philadelphia Eagles, and this is kind of a no-brainer. We have to get a receiver in the top 2 rounds, and if we don't, it's really not a good situation for Jalen Hurts. And a guy that's really been talked about with the Eagles, Terrace Marshall, is right here. All right, Bengals 38. They 100% need to either get a tackle, some kind of alignment, tackle or interior, and I think I like Leatherwood more here. They need to give Joe Burrow some protection. 39, we got the Carolina Panthers, and big hole for them is definitely corner. Seeing Asante Samuel still there, I think it's a pretty good option for them. 40, the Broncos. I think they gotta go linebacker. Probably, I'm looking, Jamin Davis. Looking at the Lions, they could go corner. You know what? I think I want to go tackle. I'm looking at Jalen Mayfield, who could even be a first-round guy. They'll pick 42, the Giants. They could definitely go edge. Got these 2 edges right here. I kind of want to get them some O-line help. I think a guy like Creed Humphrey can do that. So I'm looking at the Niners, pick 43. They could go edge. I don't know. Just for these guys here, I wouldn't be surprised if they took it. Interior O-line, I think Wyatt Davis is the guy. The Cowboys, I think they need definitely edge. Yeah, they need an edge, but they could go tackle or tight end. That tackle position was just like a revolving door last year. All the injuries. I think Asai is the best choice. So the Jaguars, they've done a pretty good job throughout this draft filling up their needs. And I think the only one they really need left is OT, so they get a guy like Liam Eichenberg. Looking at the Patriots at 46, their biggest needs left, they're definitely linebacker, definitely receiver. I think they could go Amari Rodgers. I don't know why he's rated so low, but the fact that Nick Bolton's still here, they gotta get him. We're up to the Chargers, 47. I think their biggest need left is definitely corner. Getting a guy like Tyson Campbell, I think that's a pretty good pick for them. So the Raiders at 48. I think they do need an edge, but I don't know if I want to go with Oweh. They really have not done a great job developing edges, and this guy's very raw. I think a guy like Onwuzurike definitely fill that hole at D-line. So looking at the Cardinals, pick 49. Cox, Browning, that's definitely some good picks. Interior O-line? Ooh, Miners. This is perfect because they definitely have guys on the O-line that are just older, so he's not gonna have the pressure to start right away. Since, it's kind of a big jump, because I'm pretty sure he was D3. either D2 or D3. Pretty sure he's D3. So, you know, he can learn a little bit into the NFL, and I think this is perfect. Alright, so pick 50. I think this is kind of a no-brainer because Javonte Williams fell a little bit, you know, maybe a little undervalued, but they need a running back. So if they get a guy like Javonte Williams, that is perfect for them. We're back with Washington at 51. It could use a tackle. One of these guys could be a good choice. I feel like I like Holland. I feel like I like the idea of them just absolutely stacking out this safety group. I'm doing Holland. I think I really like this pick. Don't want to do it. Do it. No, this is very much a Bears pick. I think Bears have wanted Mond. Second round though. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I feel like QBs usually go more than they're projected. Alright, I'm looking at it. They need corner. They need the tackle. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm going with Elefanu. Back to the Colts. I think they're going to want to keep helping out, give more help to Wentz. And they're going to go with Reduns. Taking a look at the Steelers, they can go just about anywhere in the O-line. I think the next best guy is probably Brady Christensen. Or they go corner. I think corner is the way to go, so I'm going to give him Kelvin Joseph. The Seahawks are up. And I think they definitely need to go edge. 100% need to go edge here. And I'm looking at Oweh. And we all know that Pete Carroll has always had fantastic defenses. I mean, maybe not so much recently. He's had some of the best defenses I've ever seen, that Legion of Boom days. So maybe he can help Oweh get better? Yeah, I'll take Oweh. I think Oweh's a good. Looking at the Rams with their first pick of the draft, I think their best bet is definitely O-line. I see Brady Christensen. That's definitely the pick at OT. And I don't think I like anyone better here. Brady Christensen. I think Brady Christensen is definitely the pick. So looking at the Chiefs, I think they can go interior O-line. The linebacker's definitely more important. So taking a look, I think Baron Browning is the pick. Alright, checking out the Browns. I think they want to go linebacker. They could go corner, maybe. And, you know, probably not edge. But I think linebacker's the pick. So there we go. Jabril Cox goes right after. So, you know, doesn't fall much farther after than Baron Brown. Alright, the Saints are back up here again. They go corner, maybe receiver or linebacker. I think corner is definitely the way to go. And probably... I think Elijah Molden's the guy to get. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm pretty okay with that. So I'm looking at the Bills. I think their next best thing is probably corner. Let's see. I think Paulson Adebayo is the guy. Aaron Robinson is good, but I like Paulson Adebayo more. Alright, pick 62. We got Packers coming back up again. I think I want to give Aaron Rodgers a little more help. Especially that OT position. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Spencer Brown. I think I like him the most out of any of these guys. Taking a look at the Chiefs' second pick in round 2. You can go edge. You got a lot of good edges left. Maybe Nixon. Also a good pick. Paul Diami Brown. All good guys. I feel like they need an O-line though. I think that guy is going to be Josh Myers. Alright, looking at the Bucks. I don't even know, man. Like, they really don't have any weaknesses. Like, maybe Amari Rodgers or Aaron Robinson? I don't know. Honestly, dang. No, I'm just gonna go with Amari Rodgers. I think he's one of the best players left. I guess they need a receiver. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the draft. For the trades, we had New England, Detroit, and Eagles with Denver. There's a lot of trades in there, as I can see, but these are some of them. Going through, I think I'm okay with this. Nice well could have been changed here. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't take Jalen Waddle. Whatever. I think that's probably the best one there. I think Patriots will probably get some kind of top 15 QB. I don't know. I don't know if the Eagles will trade. I'm honestly not that confident they'll trade because it's Howie Roseman. Not really that good at doing good things. Going down. Alright, as we keep on going through, I'm okay with all these picks. I think I like what I see. Maybe these edges should. I think some of these edges should have went higher. It really wasn't one until 27, which I don't like. That's pretty good. I think I'm okay with this. I don't know how I feel about that pick, but I did it, so I'm not gonna say anything. Oweh maybe should have been higher, but I don't even like him that much. I feel like he's a little overrated, even though he's a Penn State guy. And I guess that's it. That's a good draft that I'm okay with. Maybe I would have liked that Freiermuth would have went in the, you know, just went, period. I think he was definitely a solid second round guy. But yeah, that's gonna do it. The draft is only 5 days away from when I'm recording this, so I'm really excited for what the Eagles do, but I'm also not excited because they're known for being fuck-ups in the draft. So, if you like this video, you know, subscribe, like, support. All you can do is support. If you know, want to argue with any of my picks or just believe that there was somewhere else I could have gone with any of them, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, if you want to hop in my Discord, discuss literally anything, or just hang out, that'll be down in the description along with some other socials. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys can stick around for my channel and you enjoyed this video. Peace.